In the arms of an angel,
Although I'm sure there's like a
far
Japanese
away
knockoff with like
from
cartoon girls
here.
or something that he might know.
In the arms of an angel. Oh shit, we're live. Oh, I didn't mean to hit that button right. Wait a minute, I totally did. How's it going, everybody? Late Night with Honda, the greatest show in all of the internet. And we are live. I hope everybody's out there. And it was like a fucking Biden slip right there. Did you hear it? I hope everybody's out there. I hope everybody out there is doing well tonight. I hope everyone is having a fantastic Saturday and that life is giving you everything that you desire. Am I getting echo? Who's echoing?
Don't hear anything on my end.
Well,
I got no echo.
I hear no echo.
the Bazook, you're the only one with the echoes. Someone is drunk, says steadily. Not yet, but that's what we do on Saturday night, is have a chat and a smoke and a drink and hang out. And yeah, things are great, man. Everything's good. Fucking goddamn work has been kicking my dick in the dirt and like grinding it in with cleats. It's been pretty rough. But, you know, every time that happens, they at least give me a couple of bucks for it. So since it's been happening so often, those couple of bucks have multiplied. And like, I don't know, man. Work has just been insanely busy lately, which is good. It's good. But at the same time, like, oh my God, my body is not used to this shit. And I've been like, I don't know. I've just been beat up and used up and like that mattress girl or whatever. You remember that shit? Anyway. Tonight we're joined by an angry platypus. How do you do, Mr. Angry?
I do.
Excellent. Excellent. And we have a jolly pirate. Hello, Mr. Jolly.
Guten evening.
Guten Tag. Guten Tagen.
Guten Nacht.
And what was that clown's name from that fucking movie? I can't remember
Pennywise.
it. Oh, yeah, Pennywise.
Pennywise the
is
dancing clown.
I've got a treat for you.
Okay, Dad, I'm comfy.
Captain Bastard Parr says, life is giving me nothing and taking everything. So I shall take it all. I don't know.
Turn him into the FBI.
Yeah, you know, to all the FBI handlers out there, how's it going? How you guys doing tonight? Hope you're doing well too. Oh man. So what's going on in the world right now?
You know the thing.
Like a dozen tornadoes a couple hours ago.
Dozen tornadoes.
Well, we had 9 active tornado warnings, all jump at like 7 o'clock. So no telling how many did damage.
Where do you
all
live?
the way from Shreveport to Nashville, and then a couple up in St. Louis, all dropped at 7.
When I was a kid, there was a like 4 years old, dude, like little. There was a tornado that went through our neighborhood and took out like 3 houses on the block that we lived on, right? And I have 2 older sisters. The younger of my 2 older sisters was home when that happened, and she freaked the fuck out. And then for the rest of our lives, every time there was a tornado warning, it didn't matter like anything going on. You look outside, it's fine. We had to go to the basement, and we had to stay in the basement until the radio would tell us that we could come out. And it's like, Jesus fucking Christ, use your brain and your eyes, and like, don't trust the media so much. Oh yeah, that's my sister. Bert says, I'll put in the good word with the FBI for you. I might need it. Oh, Jesus.
Let's see what else. Suez Canal still blocked. Israel and Iran have been secretly blowing up each other's cargo ships.
What is this? Hold on. Let me screen share. Oh, God. Lost my tabs. All right. According to
I
Mark
don't care if
Dice,
you closed all your porn sites.
this is being
The DC girls.
what's going on here?
A 13 and 15-year-old black girl murdered a Muslim man while trying to steal his Uber car.
Is this gonna show someone getting shot or something?
Oh
No.
no, he's gonna
Oh
die.
no!
Oh, that dude's dead.
It gets worse. You're going to be showing a body in a minute.
Okay, we're gonna stop it right there then.
I think context clues. We can figure out what happens.
The car flips over, he gets thrown clear, and the girls get out and start complaining about how their cell phone is still inside the car. They
And
were tasering him, trying to steal his car.
CNN is reporting this as an accident.
Yes. All the wording. An incident happened and somebody ended up dying. That's how it's being reported. Incident, accident.
Wow.
It's a murder by carjacking.
I mean, at best, it's manslaughter.
No, they
Or at
fucking tased him.
Okay, let's listen to the
There's-
audio from just this part. I'm gonna
There's no
not.
lesser included charge for this thing. It's
I'm
just
going
straight
to
up murder.
shut the fuck up. God damn it.
No.
I'm going to share just the audio without actually showing the video. So let's see what they're saying now that they're getting to the crash scene.
They stole the car. They stole the car.
Sorry.
That's it.
Oh, dude, that guy is fucking dead as a doornail.
And there's cops and National Guard all standing around. This guy's trying to say, grab those girls. They just murdered this guy because he stole his car and nobody will grab him. But the girls are still standing around going, but my phone's still in the car.
My phone's still in the car.
So what happened?
So a 13 and a 15-year-old black girl in D.C. decided to tase a Uber driver and steal his car, drove off with him hanging out the door, flipped the car. He's dead as a doornail, and CNN is calling this an accident.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You
And
started
this,
super
and
fast.
this, kids, is why you carry a gun.
I don't know, man. I just opened up Twitter, and this is the first fucking video that I saw. Like,
You can't do that in DC.
what's up, Ray Ray? Ray Ray, how you doing?
Not much.
You carry a gun in DC, you're doing 10 years.
Unless you're a politician. I learned that the other day.
So there were
Unless you're a Democrat.
There have been 95 carjackings in DC this year, basically. 23 juveniles arrested for these crimes.
Yeah, DC's a shit show.
No, it's Children of the Corn, Lord of the Flies shit going on, dude. When you got 13-year-olds doing gang murders and carjackings because they know they won't get punished, you're fucked. Your city's fucked.
In the arms of... Okay, so Ray Ray, I copied you, by the way. I don't know if you know this.
Good.
I got a KE Arms Complete Lower.
Dude, it's an awesome fucking lower.
Oh,
I don't know if you
dude,
have it yet. Maybe
I picked one up last week.
No, it's in the mail. It's not to the gun shop yet, so I gotta...
I was always a fan of those style lowers already. And this one, they basically made a perfected version. They fixed every complaint I ever had about that lower. They did magwell. That's my only bitch. I didn't want a magwell on my gun, and they force you to have one. It's not that big a deal, so I'll live with it. But
No, I mean,
You're
I'm sure it'll be
talking-
fine.
Yeah,
My
you're
only
talking about the polymer lower, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then I got I got the Bear Creek Arsenal. I think it was the one you were looking at, the upper.
I got the M4 looking one that they were selling.
Yeah, it's the 16-inch M4 kind of looking one.
Yeah,
And then I got a carry handle sight for the top, and I'm calling it good.
it's not a bad gun. That's basically what I'm playing with right now, and it's a super light little handy thing. Like, you'll like it.
Yeah, I mean, I just figure with everything going on in Boulder and stuff, like they're probably gonna do some bullshit, and it might be a good time to get another AR-15, even if I don't need one. You know.
Honestly, if you're gonna have a polymer one, that's the way to go. And like honestly, I like that as good or better than any aluminum AR-15.
Well, I've always kind of wanted like a classic looking AR-15 with the carry handle and the polymer stuff and a fixed stock and stuff, and like fuck it, I guess I'm doing it now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of doing an ultralight 18 or 20 inch.
I have that 16 inch.
So if it's gonna have the full butt stock.
Basically, I'm trading that Bear Creek for a Delton straight up with my uncle, and I'm gonna put a rail on that and put a scope on it, I think. But it's gonna still be pretty damn lightweight.
Oh, what's Nut and Fancy talking about here? So by getting rid of Trump, higher fuel costs, higher taxes, higher unemployment, rampant unchecked illegal immigration, even higher national debt, and now fast-tracked assault weapons ban, i.e. ban on all semi-autos. I've always predicted it would come in my videos. It's here.
So how many guns will you have left that are legal if they pass the 1994 assault weapons ban?
Like 5.
Are we counting our magazines included in if it's
yeah,
legal?
anything that's over 10 rounds out. Anything that has like bayonet lugs and stuff like that out.
I'll actually have quite a few just because I collect like
you got so many
a lot of
military surplus.
random shit. Yeah.
So I figure
they're also
if you assume that the SKS would be legal under the AWB, which it kind of was, then I'm going to lose 2 guns to bury them in the fucking ground or losing them in the ocean. Whatever the fuck.
I'm not going to actually lose any guns because I'm already getting rid of my scary assault weapons.
Well,
yes, I am donating mine to charity.
Over the last year or two, I've been buying guns that were basically 10 rounds or less just because I figured this shit was coming wrong.
I don't even own any guns. I don't even know why I do gun chats.
Yes.
Weird.
I used to before I was enlightened.
This is an airsoft channel.
Honestly, I've been thinking about deleting all my social media and fucking selling all my guns. Just fucking smoking weed and watching Star Trek.
It's not a bad plan.
I might keep a shotgun so I could be like Joe Biden and blast him twice or whatever.
Just keep like an old blunderbuss that you load up with like nails and shit.
The only gun that I had for the longest time, for like 8 years, was a shotgun, and I felt completely fine having a shotgun at home.
Honestly, if you're just gonna have a gun at your home, I think a pump 12 gauge is a great fucking choice.
Yeah, it's not a bad choice.
Yeah.
It's cheap as fuck. It's effective as fuck. It's not scary. It doesn't. If you use the right loads, you can get shit that doesn't go through 20 houses.
So where's the joy in that?
They're also talking about the executive import ban just doing all magazines over 5 or 10 rounds.
Jolly. Bert says, nice video, E Honda in memorandum.
Glad to be of service.
You can thank the Jolly for that because he put that one together. I would like to take credit, but I cannot. Jolly, thank you, sir.
Just doing my duty.
Isn't that what you're going to school for? Is like video editing or some shit?
Yeah, pretty much. I actually filmed a few videos. I was like, I'll make some videos, like some gun reviews, and I just haven't had time or felt like editing them together.
You know, sir, I could use an editor to do some stuff for me that I don't have time or the ability to do. Maybe we could work something out.
He can't pay you in cash, but he can pay you in other ways.
And I heard a fuck ton of tire screeches.
He can pay you in gunsmithing.
I heard a fuck ton of tire
Honda
screeches
pays with gunsmithing services.
And now I'm hearing like police helicopters just circling like a motherfucker.
Sounds like you're gonna have a fun night. If you see anyone in your bushes, that's probably who they're looking for.
Probably.
Yeah.
See how much they're willing to pay, and then rat them out anyway.
I'll pay you 10 rounds of 5.56 an hour.
It's not bad.
Sure, I don't have money, but I have a magazine full of
So
5.56.
if you work for 3 hours on a video, I'll send you a loaded mag.
As long as it's not a pro
That's
mag,
not bad.
I'm fine.
That's actually not a bad deal.
In this
Yeah, that's not
economy,
a bad deal.
this might be a business venture.
That might be like something like a stock that just booms up and.
Honda's getting on that metro economy early.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine he rents, like he buys houses and apartments and stuff and then rents them out is what he does. And he worked out a deal with an apartment that he was renting out where the guy was going to give him like 2,500 rounds of 5.56 a month or something like that.
Jesus. That is
great right now, but if like
yeah.
ammo prices go back to normal, he's getting fucked. Or if ammo prices go to the moon, then he's getting like the super hookup.
Yeah.
So I guess, it's kind of one of those things.
Does a guy work for an ammo company or something?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure who the tenant is.
Unless it's like a place that's worth $2,500 in rent a month or something.
Dwayne Christensen says, was there another shooting besides Virginia Beach Friday night?
Oh, my God.
There was a shooting on Virginia Beach on Friday night? I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, there was. The last I saw of it, like 2 people were dead, but like 9 or 10 people were shot, including one officer who was injured.
Is that a club or something?
I think, and it was like 2 different incidents, which is weird.
You know what's funny is like before Biden got in office, we were having several conversations in which this came up, where we were talking about like, well, once Biden gets in office, just look out. It'll be a couple of months, if that, and then we're going to see in the news mass shooting, mass shooting, mass shooting, mass shooting.
Yep.
And here we are. What do you know?
There were 3 people shot in the mass shooting. Fuckers.
There were 15 people present when someone got shot. Therefore, it's a mass shooting.
Exactly.
Yeah, which brings up a thing. Isn't the FBI definition 4 people have to die for it to be a mass shooting?
No, they change it. They change it to fit their like. Sometimes it's 4 people.
Anytime more than one person gets shot, Jolly. That's the new definition.
But what is the actual FBI?
It is 4. You are correct.
And it's die, right?
Yes, it's die. You have to have 4.
Okay, because someone in the Discord the other day said it was shot, and I'm like, no, that's the definition Vox came up with.
Yeah, it depends.
So
the FBI has their own definition, but when the news reports it, they can just make like
They can
there's
make anything
cases
up.
where one person's been shot 14 times, one person, but got shot multiple times, but it was a mass shooting because they shot more than one bullet.
So, Honda, you want a little backstage info from Boulder?
Sure, man.
Okay, that's what I heard with talking with ZFG this week. So he was there shopping with Denny Stong. It's not Strong. His name's Stong. Everybody was spelling it wrong. He pretty much got done 5 minutes before the kid did. He's 18 years old. And he was out in the car waiting for him to come out when he heard the shots. Ran towards the front trying to get his live stream going. And that's where you guys see everything pick up. And so, yeah, Denny's one of the ones that got killed inside. Also, his mom, Denny's mom, works at that King Super. She was sitting in the parking lot on her lunch break inside her car.
Jesus Christ.
She saw the shooting. She saw the shooting start. So she hunched down in the car, called the cops, started reporting, hey, there's this guy shooting people in the parking lot, and it looks like he's going inside. They're like, get out of there. And she's like, I can't. He's standing there. So she waits until he goes inside, hangs up on 911 and drives to their house, which is only a block away, and runs in telling her husband there's a guy shooting up the store. And he tells her Denny's in there shopping with ZFG right now. So that's when you, a couple minutes into the live stream, you hear that him talk about getting a phone call and telling some of the other people in Boulder, hey, call them back for me. That was his dad calling, trying to find out. Denny never answers his phone. He's already dead. It takes them 12 or 13 hours to get notified by the police. They spent the whole night, Donkey, ZFG, at Denny's parents' house, waiting to get that phone call at, what was it, 3 or 4 in the morning.
Dude, that's fuck. Why would it take them? I mean, I guess there's a lot of things to sort out, but I would think that would be one of the first things that you would want to do, is identify victims and notify people. You know,
Whoa.
They do the bullshit. We're not notifying until the coroner's confirmed death. So they let all the bodies sit in there for 10 hours before they let the coroner take any of them away.
I saw some people online I know that are like in Canada and conspiracy theorists already starting to say that that dude must be like a CIA plant or some shit. And I'm like, pretty sure he's not, because like HBO Matt already knew him. Like,
yeah, no, he's
you're
the first.
You're talking the guy who filmed the whole thing.
yeah.
ZFG is a First Amendment auditor. You can go look at his channel.
No, he's legit.
They were seriously saying that dude must be like some sort of government.
4chan created a page to try to turn him into a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, totally.
Like, well, everything on 4chan is 100%, dude. I mean,
hey man, they say Biden's a vampire that eats human babies. I believe it.
Yeah, that's the background info I've got. It's all just freaking happenstance.
So the thing about this video, now that I'm coming across it again from someone else, is Mr. Guns and Gear talking about it this time. Reminds me of a story that happened about 2 years ago in Colorado. There was an Uber driver who, ironically, like, friends of friends knew this guy and said that he was a really good dude, right? Just drove Uber and carried a gun because he fucking, you know, like, was afraid some shit might happen. And then sure enough, he's driving some fucking crackhead in the back seat one day from one side of town to the other, who then the guy like pulls out a knife or something. I don't remember the story, but like he was like trying to kill the fucking driver, who pulled his gun, and as he was pulling over to like get away from the knife, shot back behind him, you know, like killing the guy, right? The guy died. But since he was an Uber driver, he wasn't allowed to have a gun with him, and then got charged with some kind of crime because of it. Like, I don't remember the whole story about it, but yeah, like, I think if you're an Uber driver, you should have like crazy background checks like they do for people who have to deal with people in lives and stuff like that. But if you pass the background checks, 100% carry a gun.
Well,
They'll never do it because of insurance liability.
That's exactly why, because it's same thing with a lot of like the food delivery services. They state right when you sign up for them, like, you're not supposed to carry a firearm on duty, even though you're delivering food in like sometimes really shady ass places, and you might have cash on you, or because you get cash tips or something like that. Not so frequent, but it can happen. And also, you're in like some shady ass neighborhood. Sometimes you're not allowed to carry. You're not allowed to carry per the job description.
Like, I worked with this guy who's a really cool guy. He's not with us anymore. He died in a motorcycle accident. Different story, but he used to live in New Orleans, and he worked late nights at a bar, and he would get off of work at like 2:33 in the morning and then have to walk like 10 blocks home. And he was telling me that he used to get mugged almost every time he would walk home, to the point where like he would just carry a gun with him, and then if someone tried to mug him, he would pull out his gun and pull out his wallet, and he would throw the wallet on the ground and point the gun at their face and say, "Your choice." It's like, damn, bro. I'd move to a different city if that's how it was myself, but
I would just have shot one of them.
I'm surprised he never had. I mean, maybe he did. I'm not sure. He might not have told me.
If someone is holding you at knife point, you are green to fucking kill that motherfucker. And if you do that 3 or 4 times, there ain't gonna be nobody fucking mugging you anymore.
Well,
We're gonna get out.
We're gonna have to kill a couple of dozen, not just one. Or two.
Hey man, did you ever see Death Wish?
Yeah, Charlie Bronson.
He solved crime.
And then DM Faust brings up a point that I agree with. What's worse, getting fired or getting killed? Carry if you want to carry.
Yeah, the real conspiracy theory, the real Illuminati are just the fucking insurance companies. They rule the world.
Yep.
They've convinced us all that we're better off paying a little tiny bit each month rather than paying for our own emergencies.
I mean,
I'm just talking about regulations, policies, employee policy, and hiring practices. All of it is decided by insurance now.
That's true.
And it's all of it.
It's been that way for fucking 70 some odd years or more, though.
That's why they rule half the world.
Just like my old job, I was technically never supposed to carry in the office. Now, I won't admit whether or not I ever did, but...
Josh Taylor says, I'm a truck driver and I can't carry. And see, that's a little bit different because you're crossing state lines.
Well,
and
no. That's just company policy.
No, I'm saying as far
he's a
as
cross-country truck driver.
Jesus fucking Christ. I love having like people just constantly interrupt. It's awesome. So yeah, like
don't be wrong.
No, I'm saying when you drive across state lines and you have like different states' laws to deal with, and then like let's say you're out of Georgia and you're delivering to California and you're like, I'm gonna carry a gun anyway, and then you're in California and you get pulled over. Yeah, I'm not fucking wrong. There's laws that fucking prevent you from fucking doing that, you fucknut.
In a couple of states, yes, but there's no federal law.
Okay, so in a couple of states, I'm exactly fucking right. Jesus fucking dick.
I think what he's getting at is the fact
fucking piece of shit.
Not carrying concealed carry, but actually having a firearm in the vehicle is what I think he's getting to. Because, like, when I cross state lines, like I have to. For New Mexico, for instance, because they don't have reciprocity with Arizona for whatever fucking reason, I have to unload my gun, put the magazine one place, the gun someplace else, and then as soon as I cross into Texas, I can load it back up again. Like,
so
it's more along the lines of if you're going into California and whatnot, just don't get caught.
I thought the Firearms Owners Protection Act covered all of this and made it to where you can load a gun in your car.
Not for a truck driver, because our destination is going to be in those states. I'm just saying there's no federal law against a truck driver having a gun in his car. It's individual state laws.
As I already said, and you said I was wrong and argued against it, so there you go.
No, I said
fucking keep talking. It's fine.
Don't worry. There'll be robot trucks soon. Then we won't have to worry.
Do the robot trucks have guns?
They'll have machine guns.
Yes.
On top.
No missile launchers.
Yeah.
Then it will be
they'll be made by Skynet.
Then it'll be the insurance companies requiring it.
Yeah, because it'll be automated guns programmed to shoot anything that moves, and we're okay with that.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I can't wait for Skynet trucks that just people.
I was just thinking of the Skynet trucks, man.
I'm ready for Galvatron trucks. Okay.
I want one of those Skynet motorcycles too.
I want to find a fucking Skynet truck at the fucking what's it called, where they have all the wrecked cars and shit. The salvage yard, and fucking fix it up and nurse it back to health, and then turn it into our battle wagon, and it'll be kind to us because we took care of it.
You have showed me compassion, human. I will let you live.
You should turn that into an anime.
Oh, we gotta make it have the Johnny Five voice.
Johnny Five is alive.
Johnny Five is a truck.
I don't know, man. But there was a shooting outside of my work just last week. Like no one got hit or anything. No one got killed or hurt or whatever. But
yeah, drunk people don't shoot very accurately.
But I mean, like, why do I break that rule on occasion? Supposedly, allegedly, not really.
In his fanfic.
Never mind, I don't at all.
In Twilight fan fiction, he carries a gun. God damn it.
Yeah.
So Supernatural, you know, like that show, the TV
Yeah.
show Supernatural. They're all over the fucking country. They bring that fucking devil revolver with them and shit. It's not a problem.
Because that is an accurate documentary.
I think that's all we need is a devil
Also-
revolver. You're
Also,
good.
because I think that devil revolver doesn't break any capacity.
Yeah, that's true too.
I'm pretty sure it's 50 state legal.
It's California compliant.
Black powder, isn't it? It's a black powder gun. Isn't it?
Is it just considered an
I
antique?
think so, yeah, because it's a classic Colt. Yeah, so technically
Yeah.
it would be black powder.
So,
Yeah, so it's not a firearm.
Although New Jersey doesn't really give a shit. Because
Hey.
there's that professor years ago that got pulled over for carrying like a Philadelphia Derringer and he got arrested or something.
There was an open carry guy in Texas that was carrying a fucking Remington 1858 black powder, and they arrested him. I remember. Forget.
Yeah, they fucked up is what they did. Like that's a
Yeah.
lawsuit. It's like sorry that you don't know. Like yes, I'm technically not breaking the rules, even though like you know you think that I or whatever. But since I'm technically right, which in court is the best kind of right,
Yeah.
like I'm going to
That's
sue
why
the
I'm-
fuck out of you.
That's why I'm pretty sure like people that have been felons can still get like black powder guns.
Yeah, there's a
they're
guy on
technically
YouTube. His
And
name's like
some
Bone
states.
Tactical.
Yeah.
It depends
he
on the
does that.
state. In like Oklahoma and Texas, yeah, they can buy them, but like they can't have anything that takes modern ammunition. As well.
Yeah.
So I think in Colorado they can't. In Colorado, a felon can't even have a knife.
Well, actually, in Colorado, you can order a black powder revolver off of the internet and have it delivered to your door.
No, I'm talking about the ex-felon thing.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm not sure. I don't think that Colorado has any specific laws on that, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm not an ex-felon, so I don't have to deal with it, and I don't know. But
Oh, so ZFG is. So he was talking about how he's not even allowed to have a knife.
what the fuck did he do?
I don't know. Nothing too crazy, or we wouldn't be dealing with him.
Cop killer.
I don't get how they can say you can't have a knife when you have knives in common usage in your own house. Like,
yeah, like if you're like a box, like if you had to work in a warehouse and had to pick up like a box cutter or something, like
They'll do whatever the fuck they want. There's there's guys on freaking pre-trial release and shit where the cops went and fucked him over and illegally arrested him because a family member had a baseball bat. They called it a weapon. They'll do whatever the fuck they want.
Common household hacks. Isn't that what the fucking toilet shit's for? Like, oh, you take the toilet thing and you put it on the toilet.
That's. I guess you took a bunch from like a gas station, but like why? The whole point is so you don't get other people's butt germs.
you don't want to leave your own butt germs on the toilet, though, Jolly. Gosh.
Well, that's how the toilet knows you're its master.
Jolly subscribes to like the cream pieing theory of toilet.
Ain't no uppity toilets for Jolly.
That's a pretty cool idea. Like keeping your fucking your cords all organized with bread twist tie thingies, or not twist ties, but whatever those things are called.
I just
Bread
grabbed the
thing.
cord and I'm like, huh, what does this lead to? Oh,
Yeah, me
this.
too.
Yeah,
okay.
I just yank.
Like I tug on it, I'm like, oh, this item moved. That's what this is the cord for.
Oh, and then who doesn't know that the fucking those Chinese boxes where you get your rice in or whatever, you can unfold them into a plate. Like, come on.
Dude,
Right.
I actually got one of those
Okay.
for the first time ever the other day. Like I've gotten like takeout Chinese or Japanese food before, but they never come in those little boxes.
I was about to say, I don't believe that you've never gotten Chinese takeout.
No, but it's always come in like styrofoam trays.
The
wasn't up
the
to Don Johnny.
Asian the Asian MREs work the same way too. So you can get like a Japanese or a South Korean MRE. All the shit unfolds into a box so you can make your fried rice in it with your little MRE pouches.
I'm sorry. If you need help holding a straw, like,
What's the point of like?
Why a
Okay,
straw
yeah,
in a
it'll hold your
can?
straw in place, but it's not like your straw is going to go flying out if you just put it in the hole.
Well, if you have a really carbonated beverage and you put a straw in it, sometimes they start to float out. I think that's what he's talking about.
Hmm. Oh, the
First world problems.
wouldn't-
Now, you could ask, why the fuck are you using a straw in an aluminum can, you heathen? But,
Yeah.
I won't ask that.
Some
I don't know,
people.
it can't be.
This is a thing. Like they won't drink out of anything but a straw because they want their teeth to be as white as possible. And if you drink without a straw, then your front teeth can get stained with whatever you're drinking.
They never heard of
So
baking soda?
I actually know someone that's like that. Like they'll drink coffee through a straw. It's weird. Like it freaks
Like
me out.
normal hot coffee, not iced coffee?
Oh yeah, like hot coffee.
Is this like the one
Weird.
that you're seeing that does this?
No, God, no.
Okay.
I wouldn't stoop to that level. God, no.
We have to ask these questions because, we might need an intervention.
We're screening this lady to give you our blessing.
So I have a
I mean,
story about Tic Tacs. Since we're looking at Tic Tacs, just reminded me of it.
I thought you said Dick Tacs. I was like, what?
When I was in high school, so this was way over the statute of limitations ago. So I could tell this story. We wanted to get some weed, right? But we didn't have any money for weed. We didn't have anybody locally who could, provide us with free weed. So our idea was to drive up to Boulder because that's where the weed is, and find a hippie who wanted to sell weed, and then steal the weed from the hippie and run, right? That was the entire plan. So we drive up to Boulder. It was like me and two dudes. And before we even got to the place that we were going to start looking for hippies, a hippie found us and offered us weed, right? And the two dudes that I was with were like, I don't want any, but Honda wanted some, right, Honda? Yeah, Honda wanted some. And then they split, dude. They just fucking pushed out and split. So I'm like, all right. Like, I'll take care of this. So I start talking to the guy, like, oh yeah, let me see it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool, looks good. Like, pull out my wallet, like, oh, dude, those fucking dumbasses, they have the fucking money. God damn it. Hold on, we got to go find them. They're up here, right? And we start walking, and I'm like, I don't know where I'm going. Is it over here? Like, I don't know. Like, hey, dude, do you want some Tic Tacs? And he's like, sure. So I had some orange Tic Tacs in my pocket, like a thing of them. And so I gave him like a handful of fucking Tic Tacs. Like, here you go. And he's like, oh, thanks, bro. And he puts the whole fucking handful of Tic Tacs in his mouth. And as he's doing that, I'm like getting like one step ahead of him and like two steps ahead of him. And then he's got all of the fucking Tic Tacs in his mouth. I make sure, and I bolt. I just fucking ran. Have you ever tried to sprint with a mouthful of Tic Tacs?
I can't say that I have.
You end up breathing them in because there are like all these Tic Tacs in your mouth. And you're like, so he starts choking on the Tic Tacs, and I got away.
You're the only person in history who has used Tic Tacs offensively.
Like, here, take these Tic Tacs, bitch.
Like, I guarantee there's never been another person on this planet that was like, let me stuff as many Tic Tacs into my mouth as possible and try to run.
Honda likes Tic Tacs and running.
It worked, man.
It makes his breath feel minty fresh.
When he gets Tic Tacs in his lungs.
Jeez.
Well, I didn't want to like violently do anything. Like I didn't want to punch anybody or Tic Tacs. Like worst thing that's gonna happen is you suck one down your lung, and then
Die.
I can imagine.
Asphyxiation.
and then every time you breathe, you cough, you kind of taste like orange Tic Tac in your phlegm. I don't think you die from swallowing a Tic Tac.
You can
Not
die
swallowing,
from a tablespoon of water, so I'm pretty sure a Tic Tac in the lung would be bad.
Yeah.
All right, let's look it up.
Can you die from a Tic Tac?
Literally anything that's not supposed to be in your lungs could probably kill you.
So air, everything but air is
Yeah.
not supposed to be in your lungs.
Like air, weed, maybe nicotine if you're into that.
Maybe a little bit of mucus, just like a light bit.
just like a tiny bit of like fucking other stuff.
Boulder PD just finds a dead hippie in a back alleyway. Like, why is this guy's mouth full of Tic Tacs? What monster could have done this?
It's some sick new serial killer. He strangles him and then fills their mouth with Tic
He made
Tacs.
this person consume so many Tic Tacs that he died.
Where does the monstrosity end?
It's like a Saw game, like from the movie.
Oh Jesus!
Okay, so this is saying that it can cause inflammation and possibly infection. I mean, if it's big enough to choke on, but you're not going to choke on a fucking Tic Tac. There's no fucking possible way that a Tic Tac is big enough to choke your airway.
Yeah, unless you're an infant, you're not going to choke on a Tic Tac.
Right, like maybe a newborn baby could, don't give Tic Tacs to a newborn.
Well, yeah.
Slice them in half first. It's like grapes.
Yeah, dude. You can't die from a fucking Tic Tac. Fuck you guys.
Jolly, did you just say that to feed a baby grape, you have to cut them in half first?
Yeah. Isn't that a thing?
I don't know. I don't know about.
Actually, I think I have heard that actually.
Yeah, it's because like the babe, like it's perfectly round.
I'm
So if you cut it in half, it'll go down where like even if it got caught up in their throat, there's enough room like air could pass through.
I like that like the breadth of knowledge we have here includes Jolly's like babysitter knowledge from high school.
Yeah.
No, I have never babysat a baby. I am terrible with kids. Don't ever let me have children. I'm adopting when they're 8. Like, no.
I worked at my school in high school. Like, it was a private school, and they did fucking kindergarten through 12th grade, and they had an after-school thing. And you could get paid, like, fucking $10 an hour in fucking 2007 money just to watch some fucking kids for 3 hours. So I did that shit.
And now there's a whole generation of, like, kids who were in kindergarten learned to field strip in SKS.
Yeah, well, there might have been, like, hobbies involved. Yeah, like
Claymores.
Wait a minute. Did Nike make satanic shoes?
Yes, with blood in them.
Ew.
Whose
Like
blood?
pig's blood?
No, human blood. They're like they've got 666 painted on the shoe with human blood.
God damn.
I mean, I can only imagine those things probably.
What the fuck?
Why?
Okay, so
Little Satan
here's
wanted
my
it.
question. Here's my question. How is it that a company can get in trouble for like giving a little bit of money to an organization that has something to do with Christianity that ends up giving some of that money to another organization that has something to do with like abortion, right? And then all of a sudden, like the owner of fucking Chick-fil-A is who I'm thinking of in this situation, is in like all kinds of heat and has to go on national TV and explain his actions and all this shit. But Nike can just come out with a fucking Satan shoe and be like, it's cool.
So is it wrong that I want to see someone wear those into a church and just see what happens?
Yes,
They just instantly catch on fire.
That's what I want to know.
because the intention of evil is not to spread freedom; it's to kill off Christianity.
Bert says, are those shoes Carl's from In Range TV?
Yes, they are.
I didn't know he was
I'll
a
give it
Satanist
to
until
them
recently.
that
That's
like
funny.
No, there
on
it's
this,
some little.
This is a meme. They don't actually think anything, but still, like Jesus.
No, this it's a collaboration with some little rapper or something named Little Satan or some bullshit like that.
Who names himself Little Satan?
Some asshole rapper. It's not a meme.
Was another variation of Uzi or 6 or 12 or
I
text?
think it's interesting that like the Christians always think that like it's people going after them when in reality there's a whole bunch of people that really just don't give a fuck about Christians and find Christians annoying because of how annoying they are.
No, it's
I think
about
that's most
good.
people.
It's about evil trying to stomp out good, not about. I'm just talking humanity in general, liberalism, communism, socialism, the isms. They're not really promoting a more free people. They're about destroying their enemies.
As far as I'm concerned, we're about to live in a state that has worse laws than fucking any communist state on earth. So,
Well, when you
why not
do
follow?
shit like this, when you carjack someone and flip the car and kill them, and then the news says it was an accident.
Yeah.
No, this is second-degree murder at best.
Well, it may be first-degree murder if they planned this out.
I was about to say, you're about to show that body.
Yep, that's why I went like that.
Simon and Garfunkel?
Simon.
Oh, it's a slideshow. God fucking damn it.
Why is it always a slideshow?
I hate those things, dude. Like,
I
it can be
was
the
tell
most
me.
interesting thing that I want to know everything about, and it's a slideshow, and I'm just like, never mind.
I was wondering if it was like one of them died or something. All I can see is a picture. The words are too tiny to read.
It says, this old song's meaning is now raising eyebrows.
Honda always falling for the clickbait.
You know, you Satanists, Simon and Garfunkel. They're coming to steal your babies and rape your women.
Eat your goats.
Joe Biden eats human babies. You heard it here.
So tomorrow, Honda is going to be like a conspiracy about blocking the Suez Canal. Is supposed to start, the global takeover of the one world government or some fun thing.
Dude, like, honestly, I've been looking at that Suez thing, and it is possible that someone did that on purpose to block the fucking canal, because that's going to up the price of oil, I'm sure.
Well, it's been
it's blocking what, like 10% of all trade?
Blocking the Suez Canal has been part of wargaming since the year after it was built.
Yep.
For everybody.
It and the Panama Canal are both big targets.
Like, how did he park it like that, dude?
Oh, it's great. I heard it was like and this may be a joke, but it was the first
female.
First female, like, what country is that right next to it? Like Saudi Arabia?
I think it's Saudi Arabia is who owns it. So yeah, it was like the first female.
Yeah, it was the first Saudi female captain, and this was like her first big outing.
I thought the Suez was owned by Egypt.
Yeah, we're talking about the ship.
Oh, okay.
The story is there was a really fucking bad sandstorm, so they lost all visibility and ran aground in the wind.
Yeah. Like, no, I don't think it was her being a bad captain.
From a threat assessment point of view, though, like, you have to assume that's bullshit. And assuming that's bullshit, why would anyone want to block the canal? Oh, they're
it's false.
Start shit.
Yeah, it's as a first move for like Iran wanting to kick some shit off in the Gulf. Yeah, this is one of the first moves.
Snob said that's fake, but that's still funny.
There's things saying that it's fake, but there's other things saying that it's not. I don't know what to believe.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Western Pacific Fleet was now headed into the Indian Ocean.
She's pretty hot for a captain. Like, look at her.
Well, to be honest, I don't know how active we've been since Biden took over. We haven't really been I haven't been checking updates.
Well, actually, no, I bet we're very active because they're very pro-war, man. Like, their whole thing is fucking war for money.
Yeah. I haven't been checking status updates like where our carriers are lately.
Is the Egyptian military recruiting?
What's the name of the ship?
The Egyptian Navy.
The Evergreen, or Ever Given. It's the Ever Given.
Okay, so she's not the captain of that.
Jolly, I don't think you would fare well in the Egyptian Navy.
Maybe.
Look, I'm just saying I could fare well.
Maybe someone got on board.
They don't have to.
No, I think Jolly would make a fantastic dancing boy.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is he would end up somebody's bitch.
Maybe someone got on board and was like, look at me, I am the captain now. And then once they crashed, was like, I am no longer the captain now.
I am getting off the boat.
You were the
back
captain
on their little fishing boat, took off.
The captain jumps overboard and comes to the edge of the canal and walks home.
I was thinking this has got to be like a jackpot for the Somali pirates because everybody's going to have to go down around the Horn now.
Yeah. Well, until they fucking decide to blow up that ship.
That's what I was gonna say.
You know that won't work.
If you use a big enough bomb, it will.
So what's up with
No.
this? Protesters warn they will go to Bartley's school gates every day until the teacher is sacked over a Prophet Muhammad cartoon.
So I'm assuming some
Was it
teacher
in
drew a
France or
Muhammad.
something?
I don't know, man, but like every time I see shit like this, it makes me want to sponsor a Muhammad drawing contest.
Man,
What
I love
country
it
is it
when
in?
Texas held one, and they had 2 people show up to shoot or some shit.
Maybe this is England. I don't know.
They can just get a narwhal tusk.
Do you remember where that was in Texas? They had the Draw Muhammad contest.
I don't remember where it was, but I remember it was in Texas.
was,
and yeah, they had 2 guys show up and get like whacked
Yeah, they got
within like
shot.
10 minutes.
It was in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Honda, what am I looking at?
I don't know.
And why does it look like spaghetti?
That's a tree that's been like that's the insides of a tree. It does look like spaghetti though.
And then why is there testicles on the right?
Because why not?
I don't know.
I don't like
Those
this.
cuttlefish?
Those are sperm whales.
Oh, okay.
Why are they doing synchronized dancing?
They do that when you go down and free dive with them. They go up and down like that and like dance around you. Like that's how they look at you or some shit. And they think you're another whale.
Did you know that elephants think we're cute?
Huh.
What the hell?
Damn, nature, you scary.
Damn, nature, you scary.
Is that looking like Python holding a like eagle?
It's like a crow or something.
It's like a
Yeah.
magpie or something.
Okay.
But yeah, that is a snake who caught a bird.
What happened? Snack.
Well, that's not scary at all.
It's not a baby snake.
I've never seen anything like this in an
Yeah,
alien movie.
You gotta nuke that whole site from orbit. It's the only way to be
What the
sure.
hell are
So
those?
angry. My girlfriend the other night said something about the river like about 100 times in a row, and I started laughing uncontrollably after about the 3rd one. And she's like, "What's so funny? I don't get it." I'm like, "Hey, okay." And I explained the whole thing to her, and she was like, it's not that funny."
So
Like,
I still haven't explained it to mine, but mine has a pet snake, and every time I see him, I'm like, "Oh look, the baby snake!" And she's like, "Why are you saying it like that?"
to outsiders, we seem odd, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, that's
Oh,
just
they
in
need
general.
some blood. Give me a monkey.
River style.
We use the monkey to catch a baby snake. Use the baby snake to catch a big snake.
Oh, that's fungus?
Now hand me my Mauser.
Ah!
Oh!
Ah,
Oh!
Oh no!
Ah!
What the fuck is that?
It's a centipede.
1 centimeter from his. Jesus Christ.
That's the world's most important zipper.
He's-
That man is really glad he zipped up.
Oh, I love watching those videos where like people are like, "There's bees in our wall," and then the guy comes and like, he takes the bee colony with him and makes them into a private one. I don't know how, whatever the fuck.
He
it is.
relocates them.
Yes.
I saw a video where a lady did that, but she did it barehanded. And I'm like, hell no.
Well, you see, if you smoke enough weed, the bees think you're one of them, and then you communicate with the bees and tell them not to sting you, and you're good.
What? Are those frogs?
Look at all the frogs.
They're like, welcome to our home.
This is our hole. I am the captain.
We are the captains of the hole.
Are those middle-aged samurai jujitsu frogs?
yes.
Yes.
Middle-aged samurai jujitsu frogs. It doesn't quite fit.
It didn't quite roll off the tongue.
It's almost like they should be Teenage Mutant Ninja
That's a
Turtles.
spider.
Possibly.
I think we should just cover the Earth in like a light layer of shit that kills spiders.
Are those ants carrying shrimp?
Looks like
Yes.
vertically hit that.
I don't know where ants got shrimp from.
Picnic, maybe.
Maybe that's near a stream. I don't know. Maybe it's crawfish.
It
and it's
looks
near a stream.
good.
I don't know.
So I'm guessing someone was eating it and the ants are carrying it off.
Is that a spiky tree?
I had a catfish once when I was fishing at like this cow pond that this property had access to. That like it was the same catfish and it was way too fucking small and it kept fucking biting the fucking hook every fucking time I threw it out there. And it got to the point where like I was tired of fucking taking a catfish off of the fucking line. And there was a fire ant hill and that thing might have gotten left on the fire. And I felt bad about it and went back and stabbed it, but it's like the most annoying fucking fish I've ever had.
I don't like that image.
Yeah.
Australia can go burn in hell, man. Like, ugh.
Yeah, like all those
because I
fires
know that's where that
swept across-
belongs.
all those fires that swept across to Australia, and everyone's like, think of all the animals that it's killing.
Thinking of all the spiders it's killing.
Mostly spiders, honestly. Like, let's be honest.
Can we just evacuate the koalas and that's it? That's all we care about. And the quokkas. The quokkas are great.
And the kangaroos.
Kangaroos are dicks. Don't rescue the kangaroos.
Oh no! Also, there's so many freaking kangaroos. Like,
Yeah, I don't think you could kill them all.
yeah,
No.
they tried. Don't worry.
Have you ever seen an Australian hunting magazine? I got to see one once at a gun show, the big Wanamaker show. And it's basically a bunch of like middle-aged men posting with bolt-action rifles and cats and or kangaroos.
Dude, what am I looking at here?
Well, kangaroos are like deer in Australia. Like they just fuck up people all the
Because they're
time.
rodents.
They're thick too.
Is that a weird-looking frog eating a spider? Like, what is this?
I'm not positive.
I don't know.
I would like it to stop.
I think it's a tree frog eating a bug.
It looks like it, like, died there eating that bug and, like, fucking... Now it's all dehydrated and stuck to the fucking brick, you know?
Maybe.
Like, look, his fucking fingers are all, like, shriveled. His eyes are sunk in.
It looks like the frog died there, stuck, and the bug came up under it and is eating it.
The bug is in the frog's mouth.
No, yeah, it's dead. That thing is dead. The frog died doing this.
Huh.
Maybe it ate something that was poisonous that bit it or something.
Yeah, maybe the spider bit it before it died.
Or maybe it just died and that spider crawled inside of it to, like, hang out. Because the spider's legs aren't all shriveled up and dead.
Yeah, but they're a bug. They have an exoskeleton.
Right, but whenever a spider dies, its fucking legs are like...
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, hell no.
Wait.
Spider pictures, please.
We just need to cleanse that in holy fire.
Seriously, what the fuck, dude?
We don't even need holy fire. We just need fire.
Yeah.
For the Emperor!
Why do people keep saying for the Emperor? What is that from?
Warhammer 40k.
Yeah.
Okay. I had someone say that, and I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Yeah. Do you know anything about Warhammer 40k?
No.
Okay. It's
I
set in the
don't care,
far future. It's in the far future, and man is a
It's
giant
dark.
man is a giant empire that spans the whole galaxy, and everything is a war zone, and everything's like overpowered, and man and like the best of the best soldiers are called the Space Marines, and there's different factions, and one of them is like very fond of flamethrowers. And they're like, burn in holy fire for the Emperor.
That's a big snail.
Yeah, that makes more sense because, like, I said something like it was the Space Force had announced that alien life may not be fuckable, and like I was like, Space Marines, a hole is a hole, and I was talking about like Space Marines from Aliens, not Space Marines from fucking some bullshit video game.
Dude, check out Bigoted Turd's fucking his picture.
Oh my god.
It's a dude from In Range next to a Baphomet statue. Because, you know.
Well, like, there's plenty of images like that out there.
Like, he's straight Satanist, though, yeah? That's not
Yeah, like, there's a video of him with a Church of Satan where he's, like, teaching them how to do some ritual or some shit.
Yeah, because there's Satanist and then what I like to call spicy atheists.
I would say he's in the spicy atheist camp from what I've seen of him, but I don't know. It's like, you're right. There's a whole bunch of Satanists, quote unquote, that are basically just atheists to the point where they like want to kill Christianity so they hang out with the Satan people.
Yeah. But then there's actual Satanists and like actual like Wicca people.
Okay, so the little paragraph that they wrote about this did not explain a fucking thing about why the inside of this tree is spaghetti.
Well, it was on fire at one point. I can gather that much.
That's an Italian tree. That's
I mean, it must be.
Did Mario like start a vineyard or something?
You just need some fresh mozzarella and it'll be good.
Yeah, maybe some meatballs.
Maybe a loaf of bread to go with it.
Stop looking at your screen.
Maybe a nice carbonara.
A little creme brulee for... Oh, wait, that's French. Cannolis. There we go.
Man,
What Italian desserts exist?
There you go. Tiramisu.
it is hard to argue with buying
Gelato.
the Creek Arsenal Upper right now. It's so fucking cheap compared to everything else.
Look at that thing's teeth, dude. Why are they pink?
I don't
Weird.
know.
Because weird fish.
I stopped looking at your screen.
Probably wise. The biker cobra.
That is a cobra coming out of the... Whoa, dude.
No.
This is why I
no,
will not go to India.
Yeah, fuck India,
Yep.
dude.
Nope. Never mind. The whole
Man.
place probably smells like shit. I'm not doing
You
with
almost
that.
I will say,
go to India if you want to hunt tigers. Don't you want to hunt a tiger?
I thought I could
I
just
will
go to
say-
Oklahoma for that.
yeah, for real. Yeah, this is my mortal terror and worst nightmare.
Yeah, you're like taking a dump and the fucking toilet snake bites your butthole.
Yeah. And it's not even just like a python, it's a fucking like cottonmouth.
Or worse,
Worse,
like
bite your
you're sitting
balls.
there and it's dangling down and that's the thing he bites.
Yep.
Ooh.
What's that?
I don't want to know.
Or
Just
the
keep
snake
going.
chooses to make sweet love to your dick because it thinks it's another snake. Could go either way.
Yeah. I will say though, if like somehow there was another version of a cobra that like wasn't poisonous but it looked like a cobra, like it had the hood thing, that would be a cool pet.
Except for the fact that every time it gets pissed, it would flare that hood like that and freak you the fuck out.
Yeah, but then you could have a guard snake. And they're not going to know it's a non-poisonous cobra. They're going to think it's a
Technically, you
cobra.
can make any cobra non-poisonous. You just rip its fangs out.
Well, that'd be cruel.
That's what they do.
Yeah, like a lot of those guys that do like the like snake charmer shit and stuff.
Yep.
Ugh, I hate leeches. Ugh.
I have never seen a leech in real life because we don't have them fuckers in Colorado.
Ugh. Slugs too. I hate slugs.
Although, dude, this is a weird story. So I used to work for a construction company, and one of the jobs that we did was basically digging a 60-foot deep pit that we would then line with clay and stuff so that they could turn it into a reservoir, right? So we're digging and digging and digging and digging, and you got to get 60 feet down and like basically a quarter mile across, like, you know, like pretty big hole that you're digging. And my job was as a surveyor. So like I had a GPS and I'd walk around and pound stakes into the ground and tell people where they needed to dig and where they needed to put dirt and shit like that. And we were trying to get down to like the base level so that we could flatten it all out from there, from this one spot. And the dude's digging down and he's digging down. And I see this weird looking rock and I'm like, hold on. And I like jump down into the hole and pick up this rock. And it's a skull. It's not a rock. It's a skull. The front part of it, it looks like a human skull from the front kind of, but like miniature. And this thing is fossilized, like fucking made out of stone by this point. So thousands of years, millions of years, who knows how old it is, it's like way old. And then the weird thing is you turn it around and it had these, what looked like is coming off of this, like black hair, but it was fossilized and like turned to rock. So it had these like dreadlock looking things coming off the back. It looked like a fucking predator head.
You found predator.
Yeah. And I gave it to the foreman to like look at, and he took it home with him, and I never saw it again. That's something that should have been given to like a fucking
museum or
That's how
like
you
a
get ghosts.
university.
In reality, not reporting that shit, I'm pretty sure is against the law. At least it is in most states. I don't know about Colorado though.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it wasn't my intention to not report it.
No,
Yeah, if you gave it to your boss, you
the
can't.
law. I
get
mean,
in
like
trouble.
the company did or whatever, whoever you were working for.
Well, and shit like that. Let's be honest. They would probably not report it because that would mean that you'd have to shut down the entire site. You'd have to bring in a team of specialists. You'd have to poke around and see what else they can find and see if there's any other artifacts that are in there before you can continue working. So yeah, they would probably not.
The thing I hated about archaeology was the constant, like, you were encouraged not to find shit when you were working for people like oil companies and shit. It was shady as fuck.
Patrick Pew Pew says the Yankee Marshal is in trouble with the Indiana Defense League now for defamation because of some videos he did about them. I don't remember the Yankee Marshal talking about that shit, but I don't watch everything he does. I mean,
I saw the video. It was yet another, fuck Mac video.
oh, okay.
And he was saying, that, because he was commenting about like Mac had like offhandedly said like he was sue Yankee, and Yankee was like, oh yeah, that'd be great because then I could go through all his stuff. Well, in another video, one of the board members, like the co-founder or something to that effect, of that, emailed Yankee. It was like, hey, Mr. Yankee Marshall, this is so and so. I was going to tell you, Mac partnered with us, and it was great to have him. We now have this third guy as board member. If you have any questions or anything, just shoot me an email or call me. I'd be happy to talk to you. And then so Yankee just in response in the email just says, why are you guys a board? What legal battles are you involved in? And how much do you take in, like, from the profits? How much do you make? And he said, and the guy just responded an email, please cease and desist. So then Yankee made a video. He was like, I wouldn't trust these guys, and I wouldn't give them a penny. So, and it's all opinion, so it really isn't defamation. They can't, he would win any court battle.
Yeah, they're just doing that because they have money and lawyers, and they don't know that Yankee's crazy and has enough money to hire a lawyer too.
Yeah, they don't know that Yankee. They would think Yankee just back out real quick.
You don't realize,
like, fuck it.
Picking a legal fight with Yankees is a no-win scenario because at best, he's probably going to win, and you're going to waste your money. At worst, he decides to just keep going for whatever reason because he's insane and wants to prove his point and knows that he's costing you money to be there.
Oh, yeah. And Yankee even said in the video, he, like the way he has his finances set up, there's very little that, could get taken from him.
Dude, this shit looks like Monsters, Inc. or something. Like obviously these are like blown up microscopic images of like worms or whatever, I think is what it is.
Worms are terrifying.
But look at these fucking things, dude.
Doing the pictures.
Yeah. Ray, are you high? Because that could be just ruining your life right now.
Yeah.
Right,
fucking high.
Fucking fuck.
I literally haven't been able to look at my screen in 20 minutes, so.
I don't know what I'm looking at now.
This is okay.
I don't know what that is.
Is that definition of selling your soul?
Is that like Xerxes from fucking 300 or something?
It's like if
Don't for a
Xerxes.
second.
a really bad like spoof of Thriller by Michael Jackson.
Oh, this has to be a music video. Who is that?
Yeah, it was done by the guy who made that like 2018 Hellboy.
Oh god.
Looks like
And
he's
then-
getting fucked by the devil.
Yeah, and then
he's wearing
but all
a
of that was incorporated into a BDSM porn. I think that's what we've achieved.
Okay, well, you know.
I'm gonna go pray now. Like, oy vey.
Do you want to look at the Antifa people from Portland? Here you go.
What is that one person with a head tattoo?
Look at this guy.
That poor soul looks like they've been a burn victim.
I'm just thinking of like being at work and they're like, hey Honda, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 20. You've got a 32 top. There's 32 people at a table that want to order. And then you walk up and this is the group. Oh God.
There's like 5 normal looking people here.
Where? I don't see one.
Okay, top right corner.
No,
Looks like a
not
douche.
normal looking.
No, he's normal looking.
Slightly.
He looks like a douche.
Yeah. I'll give you like top 4th from the left.
Yeah, but look at his mustache and his fucking turkey chin.
Well, if he didn't have the mustache, he'd be okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Everybody
that's
else
it.
is working.
Actually, everybody else is highly questionable.
Like this guy, if he had the weird smirk and the fucking tear tattoo or whatever.
And the blonde hair.
So
And
the
kind of same thing for the guy, second row, 3rd from the right, if he wasn't wearing makeup.
What, this guy?
No, 2 of them.
what is up with that guy? Jesus.
I'm telling you, they look like a burn victim.
Yeah, he
It
looks
was
like he got-
horrible.
Like, want to know how I got these scars?
No.
Horrible. I think something bad happened to them, but at the same time, like, geez.
So the chick, 2nd row on the upper level, all the way on the right. Like, what's up with that?
She needs to eat a salmon. Her face looks a little sunken in.
I can't tell what the fuck's going on there. Like,
I'm looking at the guy right next to her. This guy, person. I don't know, man. I don't know.
So how many
Wait.
people do you think are fucking gay, lesbian, or some sort of unicorn thing that you don't even know what it means?
95%.
Yeah.
I'd say probably one of them likes the thing that they're biologically predisposed to liking, I guess. However you want to say that.
Looks
Okay.
like
If you had to pick out the straight person in this lineup, who would it be?
Um,
I'm going to guess this dude right here.
I don't think there's a straight person in this lineup. Like, even the ones that are like kind of straight, the mustache dudes, top center, like they're not straight. They're like some sort of weird closeted gay or something. I can tell that just by looking at them. So
Yeah, I don't think there's a single straight person
if
here.
you asked them, they would say straight, but I don't think straight.
And then this one is the weird looking one too. Like if you saw her, you'd be like, ugh.
Tattoo head next to her is good too.
Yeah. Yeah. Like this whole row actually. Like
Honestly, I think
the
the
2nd
girl-
row needs a help.
I think the girl I was talking about, the black hair, is trans. Like that's half of what's going on there.
okay.
I like the person like 3rd row on the far right is Harry Potter
Oh yeah, he's got the scar on his forehead. Look.
in the glasses.
He's
the
like a
shitty-
Halloween costume.
He's the shitty American Harry Potter.
Like he's standing in front of the cops, like the line of police, and he's like, he pulls a stick out of his pocket and goes, "Expecto Patronum!" And then they shoot him.
And they just get and they like nonchalantly pepper spray him, like tear gas him.
They just walk up with the bear mace and hose him down.
Stop resisting.
You are still resisting. Quit casting spells immediately, or we will have to use lethal force.
I am the chosen one. Beanbag shotguns him.
Yeah.
Right in the kidney.
Uh-oh. Raw Feeding dropped in $5 and says, for the Make Honda Need Tack Rice Fund.
So that's the shot tonight. $5.
Yep.
All right. Well, let me get a drink. Hold on.
We need to make a Honda Tack Rice ad.
No, I think you need to do that because I'm employing you now.
Oh, is that it? I actually just had that thought the other day. I was like, I need to make an ad. Tack Rice.
The only way to stay sober at midnight, tack rice.
Oh, no, it's not how you stay sober at midnight. It's how you feel better the next day. Tack rice.
It literally solves all issues.
Sober in about 2 hours.
Are you hungover and need to sober up for work? Tack Rice.
It literally heals all injuries. I was just thinking, like, we could go really dark with this commercial.
Yeah. Like, are you out of tampons?
Imagine if you ate a bunch of tack rice, then threw it up, and then ate more tack rice and let it absorb whatever was left. So like getting rid of a bunch of toxins, and then you're like adding more tack rice.
That's like double tack rice tactic.
Well, no, you got to eat some tack rice, let it absorb, throw that up, and then get fresh tack rice.
Exactly.
We could go international with this.
Tack rice. Do you?
Oh, can't buy this. You'll get a call from the FBI.
Oh, we're not talking about that.
Oh, sorry.
Go international with tack rice. Have them be like, do like a Ukraine version or something where they're at Chernobyl. Like, come crawling out of the radioactive water, opens up, takes tack rice.
I just have that like battle steel thing. Like, what kind of name is that? In my opinion.
Oh,
like that cool. Sounds like something that should be sold at a mall.
Dude, this is the moon setting behind the Earth from the International Space Station.
Crazy.
I don't see the moon base.
It's on the dark side of the moon, Angry.
Yeah, shaped like a swastika too.
Yeah.
Haven't you seen the picture?
That's fucking cool.
Or if you've been watching that show Matt has, it's Moon Communists.
Dude, if we did get up to the moon and there was an old burnout base that was in the shape of a fucking swastika, you know how crazy that shit would be?
Yeah, that'd be pretty nuts. We could never admit to it.
No, we never could.
Raw Feeding dropped in $5 more and said, typed on my phone and made a man in another state drink. Forget Harry Potter. I'm the magic one. Cheers again, buddy.
$4.99 is a cheap bitch tonight.
So they're still denying the crisis on the border, but I guess bitch face fucking accidentally said crisis on the border and then quickly corrected herself. It's funny to me that like they've got everybody running fucking shade for Biden, right? They've got like a whole team of people running around and talking to the media. They've got like the entire media themselves like writing stories and covering up and doing stuff. He's had one news press conference since he's been in office, right? Like Trump had like 40 by this point.
But they can't keep him from falling downstairs.
Well, did you guys actually watch that fucking, or at least part of that fucking news?
I caught clips of it.
It was pretty rough, dude. There was like one point where like he was like, all right, I got 3 points on that. Number 1, this. Number 2, that.
Yeah, and he like just
3 is a mystery.
Like he never gets to 3.
100
he never got to 3.
Yeah, when I got to Congress.
I think with that, he got tripped up. He was trying to say that the filibuster got introduced 120 years ago.
Yeah, I know what that was. 100%. He was joking and is bad at joking. Like he was mean. He should have delivered that as like, when I got to Congress 120 years ago, or something like that. You should have.
Yeah, and I was rubbing elbows with Abe Lincoln.
Yeah, like if he was making a self-deprecating joke about his age, he totally failed.
The problem is that
I think it's that someone else wrote that, and he has no idea how to deliver a joke now.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. He doesn't know how to deliver a joke. 1, 2, like for any other president that's been in there a long time, that's fine. But when like people have been making the joke, like, I think your brain's slipping, to make a joke like that's kind of like, ugh.
Yeah.
Botch it is like, ugh, that doesn't look good on you. And
Yeah,
then
it went from like, hey, let's just own his shortcomings and like, make it funny.
at another point, he was talking about something. He's like, yeah, anyway, like, and everyone's like, wait, what?
And
HBO Matt says, and this could be a good part of the Tac Rice advertisement. Endorsed by bulimic alcoholics everywhere.
Tac Rice.
Tac Rice.
Do you like to vomit and eat rice and drink? Well, we've got your thing.
Dude, I kind of want to see this now. The Suicide Squad.
did you watch the full ad?
I mean, that's what there was.
That I would let play on my stream, though.
It's only 15 seconds. It should be fine. Honda, did you go watch the full ad while we were in backstage?
No.
In content.
Dude, it's so funny. And
Did you see that new B&T that has the AR-15 charging handle? They look sweet.
No, but I kind of want one of these Streebogs for $800.
I don't get the appeal of B&Ts. I really don't.
Well, it's a submachine gun thing. They make cool submachine guns, and like semi-auto versions are just, toys basically. They're cool toys.
I don't get when like, when like you said, a Streebog cost $800, when a Scorpion costs $1,000. I don't get paying $2,500 for one that's maybe 10% better.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
It's not 10% better. It's probably like 50% better, but it's still like you're right. Like the one is good enough to do whatever you need it to do. So
yeah,
it's like buying an MP5. It's just spending money to spend money usually.
Well, and I've heard that like the B&Ts have bad triggers, which is weird for a gun that's that expensive.
The only one I ever shot had a good trigger, but it was the one that was like the fucking Spectre.
Yeah.
That took the fucking coffin mags, the Sumi mags, or Sumi drums, or something else too. Like it had 3 different mag options, I think. It was a cool gun.
I'm just waiting for H&K to start importing the MP7. We pressured them into the MP5. We can get the MP7.
I don't think they're going to.
Oh, I know they won't.
I honestly don't think that gun would even sell very well. I think there's a whole lot of people that are like talking it up like, oh, I want an MP7, I want an MP7. But in reality, that gun is going to be thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah, that's the thing, is it's going to be like a $4,000 gun.
And shoot ammunition that's going to be impossible to get from
yeah. If it was a $1,200 gun and they could get the ammo down to like 80 cents a round, it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Or if they came out with like a version like 22 mag or like something,
dude,
like something else that you could actually get ammo for currently.
Or even 5.7.
That ammo right now is pretty hard to find and expensive just because there's not many MP7s around. And like if they import a couple thousand fucking semi-autos, it's not going to change that. So like it's still probably going to be $2 or $3 a round or more.
Here's what you do though. You get a company, you get like there's this company I know online, and he has like a YouTube channel, and he imports a bunch of them, right? And then you sell them on Gunbroker.
Oh yeah.
Yes. But it's not actual HK ones. It's like Zastava ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Zastava clones. Oh god.
Zastava clone.
Well, I really want to see Zastava now go like, we're going to make an MP7 in the 5.7 caliber because it's more available, and like just see what they could come up with. Because it'd be like some ghetto Yugo looking thing.
It like actually does work, but it looks so janky.
It'll look janky as fuck. I just want to see that gun now.
And we'd all buy one because it'd be great. Because it's Zastava, it would actually come in at a reasonable price.
I love Zastava, dude. I don't know how they make their shit so cheap. Maybe because they're using like 200-year-old like milling machines or something.
Well, they have a fucking whole arms factory that goes back, like you said, hundreds of years, and then they have a bunch of cheap labor in that country too. So,
oh yeah, the little 12-year-old boys are making those things for 50 cents an hour.
I don't know. I've got two things from Zastava, and like the outside of them looks good enough, but if you open them up and look at the inside of like the parts that didn't need to be finished 100%, like yeah, they look. There's like tool chatter, and you can tell like they weren't. It's not the highest quality everything.
Honestly, I'm kind of a function over form person, so I'd rather not spend the money to clean out the chatter marks on shit that doesn't matter.
Right, and that's fine with me too. Like honestly, but it's just you don't see it till you open the gun up. You know.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't affect the reliability of the gun or how good the trigger is or how smooth the action is, I don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah, if it's internals and it, like you said, it doesn't affect it in any way or reduce the strength or anything, who cares?
Yeah.
Now if the outside of my receiver looks like freaking chevron marks, then I might have a problem.
Tack rise. Your last meal tonight, so you don't feel like a bag of crusty socks tomorrow. Crusty socks. Dude, I've walked so much in the last 4 days that I have multiple blisters on the bottoms of both of my feet and toes that were so bad that a couple of them were like I walked till my feet were bleeding in the last 4 days, dude.
You know what you should do to heal that? Put your feet in some tack rice.
Yeah. Just put some tack rice in your shoes, Honda. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's like fucking Navy corpsmen and passing out Motrin, but you do tack rice.
Are they the blisters that like like they swole with the fluid, or is it like just literally you rubbed holes into your tissue, like wore down your skin?
Did you break the blisters? Is what he's asking.
Yeah. So if you didn't, what you got to do is take the needle and run a piece of thread to it.
Okay, so like on the local radio, every other advertisement that you hear is about Boulder and how like the shit sucked in Boulder for these people, and I agree it did. Like it's not by any means at all a good thing that happened, but that everyone should give money to this fund, right? But what does the fund do? Like, is it giving money to the families of the people, or are they like using it to come after fucking gun rights and paying for lawyers and stuff like I don't know. I don't know what the fund is for. But they've been pimping it out left and right.
How dare you ask questions, Honda? You should just give because it's for a good cause because they say so.
What is this?
What does it say?
The Fed's bogus violent extremists.
What is that about?
I don't know, I'm reading it. Shoot a further, especially on the right. Oh, they're talking about how everyone on the political right is being looked at as a terrorist now, and yet we have like the guy in Boulder who was not on the right, who was said to be and isn't white, but was said to be. And once all of that came out, it's like, well, we can't back down now. We've already had this information, so we got to fucking keep pushing it, right? And then, like all of these different things that are happening, like the Asian killings or whatever you want to call it down in Georgia. Now there's like this huge national movement about like the violence against Asians and how it's all white supremacists. But if you actually look at the numbers, the majority of the violent crimes against Asians come from who? Not white people, not even Asians. So think about that for a minute. Oh, yeah. I don't know, man. Like going back to like the whole Washington D.C. thing when I was there on the 20th, like they were expecting, or I don't know, like preparing for, or whatever you want to call it, like a huge insurrection of a bunch of people coming with guns and doing all this stuff. And that's why they still need troops, still to this day need troops in Washington, D.C., 20,000 fucking troops in the Capitol to protect our dementia in chief. Oh, wait. And Josh Taylor says, I say we donate to Honda's ammo charity.
Well, there is a GoFundMe set up by the auditors for Denny's parents to pay for funeral costs. So that one's real.
Well, I'm not even saying that the one that I've heard about isn't real. I'm just saying, like what is the money going to? That's all. I'm just asking you a question.
Electing Democrats for gun control, probably.
Yeah, then that's kind of what I was thinking is it's going to go toward spending money against our rights, you know? I was thinking about going to the gun shop where the dude got the gun and try to get an interview with an owner or someone who works there.
I would. That's like a great idea. Especially if you're like, hey, I'm super pro 2A. This isn't going to be some bullshit thing.
Okay.
Like,
Exactly. Okay, so those two girls did get charged with murder, but since they're 13 and 15, A, and they're girls, B, and they're African American, C, I don't think they're going to get in much trouble for what they did.
well, it's the fact that they're under 18 is the issue. If they're not charged as adults, then they get cut loose at 18. So that would be bad. And being a murder, they're probably going to get charged as adults, especially the 15-year-old.
Well, the 13-year-old one won't. The
No,
15-year-old, I would say, probably won't.
Well, 15 and 16-year-olds get charged as adults a lot, man.
Yeah, that's true. They do.
This is DC, though.
Yeah, they fucking killed someone, though. Like, they don't usually fucking go easy on fucking murderers when it comes to that shit.
I don't know, man. I'm excited, though, because I've got two guns on the way right now. I've got the aforementioned KE Arms lower and Bear Creek Arsenal upper AR-15 that I'm building. When I say building, I'm slapping it together.
I have all the parts on the way for Dakota's gun and my uppers on the way. Well, I actually have my upper, but the upper that I'm trading is on the way.
I'm
And
just
then
really
I'm also
thinking
getting-
whether I should. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm also getting the Barkeep, which has been at the gun shop, I found out last night since yesterday, but they haven't called me yet, so.
The tragedy.
I don't know, man. Like, dealing with the gun shops lately has just been such a bitch. It's like, hey, my thing's been in, and it has been for 2 days, and you still haven't called me, and you call them up. You're like, hey, man, is there any way I can come pick up my thing or fill out some paperwork? And they're like, blah, 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 we're really busy.
Dude, go on Brownells or Palmetto State and like use their fucking locator to find a fucking FFL that has cheap fees. I think Brownells even shows you how much the fees are. I don't know about PSA, but like you just pick one with $20 or less fees. It's about as good as you're gonna get, and
Well,
do that until you find one that you like. You know,
I like going to the one that it's a little bit more. It's like $40 to get a transfer done there.
yeah, I would never pay that.
But they also have a shooting range, and if if you get a transfer done, then you get a free. It's like $20 normally to go to the shooting range, so
Yeah,
they just let you do it for free. So you get like $20 off basically, and you get to shoot your gun right away. So
knowing that, I would go there too. But it's
Yeah.
that's a lot of money for a transfer.
yeah, I agree.
I'm really thinking with my KE of doing like a 18 or 20 inch carbon fiber barrel, like just splurging on it to go for the ultralight, but I don't know if it's worth it.
It's not. It really isn't. I mean, what are you talking about? The difference of a few ounces?
Well, I mean, the lower, it's a whole pound. I'm just saying building the lightest build you can.
Well, okay, so do the lower because it's actually cheaper to get a KE Arms lower than it is for a normal one.
Yeah.
But then just throw like a normal upper with a plastic handguard on there, and it's still pretty fucking light. You know, you don't have to like go that extra mile.
If I was gonna try to build a lighter gun, I would do the fucking KE Arms lower, and I would do like a Vietnam era profile barrel, so 6.25, and then I would do a carbon fiber handguard, but I wouldn't do the fucking one. I would do the Troy if you can find it.
I've got the carbon fiber handguard on my current DMR build, and I actually have to not recommend it if you're ever going to be doing night ops because there's just too much flex in it. So if you're ever going to be putting a laser on it, carbon fiber is not good.
That's why I don't like the one that they chose, because the one they chose is that cheap ass Faxon. And like, if you get the Troy Industries or the Lancer carbon fiber rail, you can mount lasers and shit to them.
No, dude,
Sir,
I've got the fucking Lancer carbon fiber. There's still some flex in the mounting.
Okay,
Good sir, do I look like I can afford night vision?
so I don't have any personal experience with the Lancer. I was going off reputation, but the Troy I had laser mounted to it, and it held 0. But it was like
no. I'm just saying it can hold. It's gonna hold 0. What I'm saying is carbon fiber forends have flex in them. So if you're loading on a barricade or something or on a bipod, you're gonna lose your 0.
So don't do that.
Well,
the benefits of the carbon fiber rail are high enough. Like for me, they were heat mitigation and weight.
Oh no, I love it. It's just not gonna be good for mounting long range laser, because if you're prone, if you're on a barricade or anything,
using a laser at long range, you're fucking up.
I was just gonna say, dude.
No,
like,
you're not.
Who uses a laser at long range? Like, are you
fucking?
I mean, wait. Are you fucking Sylvester Stallone? Are you Cobra?
Well, unless you're using a laser illuminator or some shit, but then the laser illuminator, it doesn't matter. Like, there's not that much flex in that rail.
The malls are good after like 500 or 600 years.
All right, Cobra.
No, I'm just saying. It's
Hey, look,
got a lot of flex.
In the apocalypse, we're gonna snipe you from like a mile away. You'll never see us coming.
It's not really a problem. It just depends what you're doing. If you're doing passive night vision, it's not a problem. It's not anything you ever have to worry about.
Well, then
that's the way a lot of people are going. Yeah. Listen, that's the whole plan with that DMR is for night vision. It's going to be passive. So I'm going to buy a clip-on to stick on it, not be using a laser.
My night vision plan is carrots.
Yeah. And flashlights.
Yep.
I used to have fucking roughly a $12,000 kit for NVGs, and like I fucking sold that shit because in reality, juice being worth the squeeze wise, I didn't think it was worth it for me. But like, if you have tons of money, I would totally buy shit. But
yeah, but the prices are coming way down.
Yeah,
so we're looking at like $2,000 being the mid-level entry price really soon.
I was selling the shit at the time and had the backdoor special or whatever, could get whatever I wanted at cost basically. So my $12,000 setup was actually about $3,500 to $5,000 depending on exactly which one we're talking about. So
yeah,
knowing that, like, that's where prices are headed. But even at that, like, I don't know, I would buy a PVS 14 and a mount to put it behind a red dot probably if I was going to buy one at all.
Well, like the PSA is doing a deal to start selling the PVS 24 clip-on soon. That just came out in the news. So PSA is going to start selling clip-on night vision.
Okay.
The prices are coming closer and closer to reasonable for a lot of people.
I like to take the Bane approach and just be born of the dark.
I like.
You like to be molded by it.
You adapt to the dark.
I fall in my fucking hole and hide and wait till morning.
There you go. Make them crawl into the tunnel after you.
How many people posted this fucking video? It's like the 5th time I've seen it.
All of them.
A lot.
All of the people.
All of the people.
Oh, road rage incident. Look at this guy. He looks like a fucking winner. Real nice looking dude. Neck tattoo and everything. I fucking hate neck tattoos. And it's not because of the neck tattoo. It's because of the people who have neck tattoos. So if you have a neck tattoo out there, I'm sorry, but
you're a bad person.
probably statistically, I mean, at what point does empirical become statistical? Is my question. Because I've met like 100 people who've had a neck tattoo, and 95 of them were pieces of shit. Like, is that statistic? I don't know.
Now, there is a difference between neck tattoo and then having a lot of tattoos, and then just some of them kind of become towards your neck. Like you have like a sleeve, and some of it gets on your neck. That's different. But if you just have like 3 tattoos and one of them's on your neck, yeah.
I'm not sure about that.
I think face tattoo.
Look, no tattoos on my entire neck. We're good. Do you guys have any tattoos?
I don't have any identifying marks.
I don't have any tattoos.
So now what you have to do is take Honda out and get him really blackout drunk, and then stick a bunch of henna tattoos on his neck, and have everybody else do the same thing. And he wakes up in the morning like, "Yeah, dude, we all got matching tattoos at the parlor. Don't you love it?"
Get Never Enough Ammo's logo on your neck.
No. You're playing so
I gotta get
Each get a logo of another person on the chat, so that way, if they try to identify us, they miss it. Like, oh, we got Honda, but really Honda's fine. They got me instead.
No, I need a like active self-protection. I need an
You need your own logo.
No. You were so close, but here's what we have to do. We all have to go, and we all get henna tattoos on our neck, but Honda gets a real tattoo.
Oh, Dead Horse is in the chat. He says neck beard versus neck tattoo. Who wins?
Ooh. At least people with neck tattoos seem to be a threat.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it's a fight, I think the neck tattoo win.
Neck beards are just depressing. Neck tattoos are violent.
Neck beard just means you don't give a fuck. You know?
Neck tattoo might stab you with a sharpened spoon. Neck beard is gonna be like hitting you with a waifu pillow.
Yeah, he'll just comment on your 4chan.
Yeah.
You might get doxxed, like worst case
You ever
scenario.
consider that maybe they just don't know how to fucking fix that? Like maybe you should educate.
What, a neck beard?
Yeah.
A razor. It's really easy. You know, they sell. Yeah, you don't even have to use like an actual razor nowadays. They sell little things that you can buy for like $10, and it's just a little buzzer, and you just press it up to your hair. You don't got to put shaving cream on or anything, and just go.
So here's an interesting thing. Mike Cernovich, he's a guy I follow on Twitter, says 2022 is a Republican supermajority if they focus on real issues and not fake pretend to care about deficits again. I think that's true. Like if the Republican Party in general goes after and talks about and tries to do things for the American people about things that we care about, come 2022, it might be a landslide for them. Because I think after 2 years of Democrat run everything, people might see through the veil a little bit more, you know?
I agree with you, but I'm also not going to hold my breath.
Yeah, I agree that could happen, but that plan wholly relies on the Republicans pulling their heads out of their butts.
But then the other side of that
improbable.
coin, though, is how many Republican voters were disenfranchised in 2020? How many of them are never going to vote again?
That too.
Yeah.
How many of them have lost all faith in our election system? Not saying whether they're right or wrong, YouTube fucking moderator. Fuck you.
You're just saying that they hold an opinion about something.
Oh, Dead Horse, by the way, I did send you a link to the chat if you want to join in on Discord if you want to. You got time. If not, no big deal. In the arms of an angel.
I actually got to bow out, but I will see you gentlemen tomorrow night. And lady.
Yeah, I'm getting sleepy too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Yeah, we've been going almost 2 hours. Maybe we could end
Honda
it too.
just pulled a Jigglypuff.
Bye, Angry.
Jigglypuff.
No, I mean if everyone's got to go and shit, it's fine. Like we don't have to keep going forever. Even though this is Late Night with Honda, the greatest show on all the internet.
I don't have
Go
to
for more
I
gun
just-
porn.
We could look at some gun porn.
Go look at KE Arms builds. I'm sure that's a thing somewhere.
I have to say, the gun store I picked mine up from had what was probably an early model, and the safety detent was fucked to shit. So like you couldn't even feel the safety click into place anymore.
I had to work my safety a lot to get it to where I wanted it.
But they pulled a fresh one out of the box for me, and I think the newer generations they've improved it a little bit. So mine was working just fine.
So safety detents on AR-15s come in two flavors. One of them works just fine, and the other one is like cheaper and always has to be worn in or whatever. And like the one I had felt like one of those cheaper ones.
How much did you pay for yours?
Mine,
Yeah.
it was $235 out the door at the gun show.
Because mine was less, but then I had to pay shipping on it, and I still have to do the transfer on it. So it'll be right around there by the time I get it.
I
It
did
was
the
around
math on
200.
it. I did the math on it real quick, and it was like $199 from Brownells plus shipping, and then I'd have to pay $20 in a transfer. And I was like, I want it now, and I can inspect this and pick the one I want. They had like 3 or 4 of them there.
I had the same thing. I was thinking about waiting for the FDE, but that might be like another 2 months.
Oh, never mind. I guess mine was $140, and then $20 for shipping, so $160.
Damn, you got a good deal.
Yeah.
Is that like a blend?
Are you sure it's got the trigger and everything in it? It's not stripped?
Well, it has the picture of the trigger in it.
Yep, I'm sure.
Okay.
I mean, it does say complete AR-15 lower in the title.
I heard that there were blims on Gunbroker that were like strip blowers. I didn't hear of ones with fucking parts in them though. But like at that price, it almost has to be.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't say it anyway. It might be.
Well, all a blim would mean is that it's like cosmetic. You know, they wouldn't let it out the door if it had functional issues.
Well, I mean, but that's why I bought this, because I'm like, how much is a lower right now? Let me look at this option. $140 for a KE Arms. All right, I'll buy it. Like,
yeah.
And
I think
then
I'm gonna stick my LaRue trigger in it.
And then this guy's on the way too. I can't wait to shoot this thing. I still got to get the 22 mag cylinder to go in it too.
Is it a 6-shot?
Yeah, it's a 6-shot.
Well, that's not too hard then. That comes with like a wooden dowel or some shit to eject those things with, right?
Yeah, it does. It's funny. Like isn't the barrel's not big enough for an ejector, so here's a stick.
It's stick.
We thought about making some fancy tool, and then we thought about how the Russians just used a pencil in space, so we went with a stick.
Wasn't that actually like a really bad idea because graphite is flammable?
No, like the issue is like a regular ballpoint pen won't write in space, so
Yeah.
spent like I think it was like $5 million or something like that in 60s money coming up with a pen that would write in space.
Yeah, it's pressurized. Yeah.
Yeah, whereas the fucking Russians bought a bunch of fucking pencils. And like graphite might be flammable, but like one pencil's worth in that. Like you're not gonna
It's only if it's in 100% oxygen.
Yeah. Which I don't know. Do they still run Puro 2 and
No, they
that's
stopped
a
that
bad
after
idea.
Apollo 1. Apollo 1 was the last one that had 100% oxygen atmosphere.
Yeah, because they probably got real high off that.
No,
Well,
it's because they all died.
Well, between the fires and the fact that you're getting high off of it. Although the kind of high that you get off of oxygen would actually be good for fucking piloting a space vehicle.
Yeah, that kind of super focus.
It's like it makes you way, way more awake and alert and shit. And like my grandfather used to fly F-4 Phantoms in Vietnam, and he also used to drink a little. And like they used to go to the fucking like who was it? The like dock on base or whatever, and just hit the O2 like crazy after a long night of drinking before they had to fly the next morning. Because it would like take care of the hangover and like wake you up and shit.
Honestly, like, have you ever been to an oxygen bar before?
No.
Oh God, they're all over Vegas.
Dude, they're great. Like if you're too drunk and you go sit down at an oxygen bar for a minute and just breathe, like you feel so much better. It's weird how that works. Not really. I mean, it makes sense, but
So the other thing the pilots in Vietnam used to have was in their survival kits, there was a whole fucking bottle of forget what it's called, but the street name is Dexies. It's like Dexy and Hydra fucking amphetamine or something like that. And like those are basically fucking crystal meth in pill form that you could just take. So I imagine those got raided too.
what the fuck? Sister finds suspect accused of lighting brother's memorial on fire. Grieving sister tells Fox 31 she caught a suspect wanted for setting. Well, okay. So her brother died. There was a memorial, like, shrine for his, life or whatever, And then this bitch comes and tries to set it on fire. Like, god damn, dude, what the fuck is wrong with people?
You ever really hate somebody?
Not that much.
I have.
Because you're okay. So when you do that, like, let's say like I hated you, right? And then you died, and then I came out to Oklahoma to like piss on your grave and set it on fire. Do you care?
And smash your headstone in with a sledgehammer. Yeah.
You're dead, man. You don't give a fuck. The only people who care are anyone who cared about you, and that's the only one that it's going to hurt is anyone who cared about you. And I guess if like I hated you that much that I wanted everyone who liked you to suffer, then maybe. But you'd have to do some fucked up shit that's never been done to me before.
I feel that way about my father. And I have my reasons for feeling that way. So, like, I don't know if I'm going to go piss on his grave when he dies, but probably pretty much.
Well, I'm sorry. Dude, this looks like the Millennium Falcon that got fucking
That's a no. That's a no.
It crash landed and they had to turn it into a house.
It's either a B-29 or a B-17. I can't tell which.
It's a Soviet-era Tupolev 104.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Tupolev.
He has political connections, you know.
Who does? Tupolev?
Captain Tupolev from the fucking Hunt for Red October. I thought that's why you said that again.
The Tupac?
No, the captain that was piloting the fucking Russian Alpha submarine that goes after Red October in the Hunt for Red October. His name is Tupolev.
Bureau of Justice Statistics. Blacks commit 88% of all interracial violence, period.
She just said 88. So.
CNN, afraid. Fear in America's communities of color.
Not to point this out, but Ann Coulter just said 88. So.
Oh, well. 88 doesn't refer to anything in any other circumstance to anything except for that. So.
Wouldn't surprise me if Ann Coulter was a Nazi. What the fuck is she doing?
Is this going where I think it's going?
I think it just went there. She just microphone queefed her pussy? Is that what happened?
I think so.
Here, this shape, hold up. Let me just put the microphone right here. Did you guys hear it going into my vagina?
It sounds like a washing machine. Oh my god. This is why I deleted my Twitter.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. If the Abrahamic God is real, we're about to get smited.
Man, I've been saying for years now, I kind of hope the world just fucking blows up because, like, it just keeps getting shittier every fucking year.
It's kind of like that meme, you know, it's just every day we stray further from God.
She's got skills. Oh, Jesus fucking
I like
Christ.
it when Honda reads shit that's too small for anyone else to read and then laughs at it.
No, it's at the comments.
Yeah, that was wait, where was it? Right there. She's got skills.
What is that giant
Extinction
snake?
Rebellion trespassed into a Chase bank today carrying a huge pipeline prop.
Fuck.
As one does.
As one does.
What is this local branch of Chase have to do with anything about a pipeline and
It's
extinction?
like terrorism, man. You only fucking grow your revolution when people hear the sound of the gunshot or whatever. So, like, people have to see your shit. And, like, that's why they're going into some Chase bank randomly. It's not like fucking going after that bank in particular. That's a pain in the ass for them. But, like, they're just doing it for attention.
Well, I mean, I guess when it comes down to it, this is acceptable to me, right?
Yeah.
No one's hurting anyone. No one's destroying anything. Yeah, you're disrupting people's shit a little bit or whatever, but like
They're just standing there.
trying to make a political point. You're doing it in a way that isn't terrorism, that isn't fucking like trying to like intimidate people into agreeing with you or anything like that. Like, good on you guys. I'm actually cool with this.
I'm still like, yeah, it's annoying, so I'd rather you not. But
Like, can you do it outside? But okay.
Chili Bean says it's an elaborate bank heist.
bank robbers are in the tube, man.
Jesse Eisenberg is going to crawl out of the tube any second now.
Yeah, dude, like 10 dudes in the tube just pop out with machine guns.
What happens when you like just like walk into a bank carrying a big ass hose and go into the fucking bank vault and like somehow blow the fucking locks so all the cash is just funneling around, and then you have like a big vacuum hose and start sucking it out of the building? Is that illegal?
Yes.
They could have just had a big vacuum hose, man.
That thing is just a giant chop vac.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, when you can go into a public place and shoot a bunch of people, and then they blame Smith and Wesson. Maybe it was the hose vacuum that robbed the bank and not you.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe blame Hoover.
Right.
Or whoever.
It was a Kirby vacuum. Kirby.
Well, like, yeah. Have you ever bought or seen a Kirby vacuum store or whatever? Like bought one of those or looked at them?
I have a Kirby story, yes, but go on.
So, like, there's a place near here that like sells those. That's like, I don't know if you can buy crystal meth there, but it sure looks like it.
Okay, so
just assume that every fucking place that sells Kirby vacuums is like that, and from what I've heard, that is absolutely true.
So we had a Kirby vacuum when I was a kid. My dad bought one for my mom and blah, 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 yada, yada. And like, they're expensive vacuums. And the guy came to our house, did a demonstration. And back then, no Kirby vacuum salesman did crack. At least that guy didn't, you know, like he seemed normal. Fast forward to my current job. This was, 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. I had a private party in a room and I like set up for it. And all of like, okay, remember the Antifa lineup people?
Yeah.
That was the party of people that came in. It was like the Antifa people had a party, but it was the Kirby vacuum salesman.
Oh, Jesus.
And at one point, this dude dropped his plate on the ground by accident, like dropped his food all over the floor.
Did you pick it up and eat it?
No, he kicked it further underneath the table so that no one would see what he did. And then he called me over and was like, hey, man, I just low-key spilled my food all over the ground.
Low key.
Honda, I'm not gonna lie here. When you said private party setting up, I was reading far too into that. I thought you said you were hiring a stripper at your house.
Yeah,
So then when you said the Antifa people were showing up, I got really confused.
I didn't get that we were talking about a private party at work for a minute. Too.
Yeah,
Right,
like
okay.
a birthday party.
Yeah, like a company party when they come in and they.
Okay, makes a lot more sense
Right.
now. No, I thought you were hiring a stripper.
No.
Like, it must be a wild party if you're like, man, we really need a Kirby vacuum to clean up afterwards.
I'm just saying, man, Kirby went downhill a lot in the past 20 years.
Dude, like, I'm telling you, like, the one that I know of is fucking sketchy as fuck. And I've heard 3 or 4 other people talk about them that were, like, usually gun people. They, like, bring it up or something. And, like, yeah, every single person I've talked to is like, yeah, every place that sells Kirby vacuums is, like, on some sort of drug and they don't know what it is.
Oh, there's another carjacking. There we go. Jesus Christ, dude. I'm carrying a gun with me everywhere I go for the rest of my life.
And
I'm gonna get a leg gun. Get like one of them prosthetic robo legs and have a gun in it.
as crazy as shit's been the last year and a half, like, I think we should all be carrying more than a pistol. Is that wrong?
No, you're
not. Dude, you're not
everyone
wrong.
should have
I have
at least a pistol, and that's like bare minimum, you know?
Yeah, like, dude, I ain't even gonna, like, if prices were better right now, I've been looking for a while for a way to put together a, like, truck gun.
Well, see, like, that thing Honda built is pretty much perfect because that's cheap as fuck, and, like, between being a fixed stop KE arms lower and an M4 upper, like, there's basically nothing to go wrong on the thing.
Yeah.
Great part down.
There is a cool product that I have seen. It's by, I can't remember the name, but it's a billet lower. But you know how, you know, those law folder, like, attachments? Yeah. It's one of those, but it's integrated into the lower.
I see that too. I think Palmetto State was selling those when I saw them.
Yeah. And granted, it's $300, but a normal lower is anywhere from like $50 to $75.
A law folder is fucking almost $300.
Yeah, it's almost $300. So it's competitive. It really, it's not. Oh, those things are pricey, but it's not overpriced.
I guarantee you, when they priced that thing, they went, "How much is a $40 lower plus a fucking,
you know, a $100 part?" Let's be real.
Yeah.
You know, that thing should cost anywhere from like $175 to $200. It shouldn't cost almost $300.
The reason why they priced it the way they did is just because that's where Law Tactical was already priced, and like neither one of them have decided to try to beat the other yet.
Yeah, the only one who has is that Sylvan, but I don't trust those things.
Every cheap one I've ever seen, I would not trust at all.
Yeah, like I remember Classic, like they have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And the guy, he was a test, quote unquote, on one of those Sylvan things because they started carrying them. And he had it set up on a M4, and he took the M4 by the buttstock and started whapping it on the ground and cracked the receiver.
Dude, I had one of those.
And I'm like, dude, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
What was it? I forget the name of the company. New Frontier Armory was the company, the polymer lower that they make.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, like the buttstock, if you crack it on something, it'll probably crack the receiver. But compared to like a aluminum receiver, if you ran it over with a car or something, the aluminum receiver would bend and then you couldn't put a magazine in it and it wouldn't work anymore.
So
the plastic ones will bend and maybe even crack, but then they pop back into position and like it's still technically usable.
The New Frontier ones that I saw or whatever, like, when they first came out a few years ago, they were pretty cheap and everybody kind of bought one and played around with it. And the shop I was working at played with one, and it broke while shooting it. Like, cracked between the pistol grip and the fucking upper receiver.
I mean, I'm not going to say like it's the best AR-15 lower ever or anything like that, but I put 1,000 rounds through mine, and then, it, you know, like there was nothing wrong with it when I sold it. So
Yeah, I'm just saying it's an inherently like weak point of the AR-15 anyway, and like the KE Arms thing just redesigned the whole thing. Like it has a honeycomb all through that area, so it's like way more rigid than the new Frontier.
Yeah. So if your life ever gets to the point where you get the SWAT team arresting you at a Quality Inn suite, I think things have gone.
Maybe seek therapy.
Yeah. Maybe you should look at your life choices.
I really want to move to like Central or South America.
Do it. Do it.
Become
I think
a
it would have me.
kingpin.
This reminds me of my my AR pistol when I put the scope on it.
Yeah. When you put the scope on that little 7-inch one, it cracked me up so much because it looked like the scope was longer than the damn barrel.
Yeah, like the scope was longer than the barrel.
See, I have this set up to do CQB, but also if I have to reach out to 500 yards and, I can take those shots,
It's my one gun to rule the world with.
Yeah, and, I'm also going to put my Persh 7 on it.
I love it when you're drinking citrus drinks and you can't feel your tongue and your entire face starts sweating. It's so cleansing. My doctor says you're allergic to citrus. Jesus. All right, well, we've been going over 2 hours now, and I have had the longest week of my life. Well, I wouldn't say that, but it's been a fucking long one. And I am rather looking forward to laying down and relaxing and getting some sleep tonight and getting ready for the chat tomorrow, which I still don't really have a topic for, but I had a couple of ideas rattling around, so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and shut it down at this point. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I hope that the spiders freaked you out and the car chase scenes and everything were exciting. And I don't know, what else did we do tonight? Talked about guns. Yay. But yeah, guys, I do appreciate everybody out there, and we'll see you tomorrow night for the Gay Frog chat. Peace out.